coming into week 7, we got the 1-4 Detroit Lions coming in off a bye. Dan Campbell is 0-1 coming off a bye. Just so you guys know, that's the game he tied out in Pittsburgh last year. The Detroit is averaging a lot offensively. I think it's like second in the league. I don't have the exact yardage, but we got something for that on defense. On the other side, they're giving up all the yards on their defense. So with the return of Dak, this should be a nice tune-up game. What are your thoughts?
No, it's definitely playing exactly to what we wanted to. Obviously, you say second in the league, but that's only because they got their beat down in New England. It would have been first. They was first going into that game. But, it's a lot of things to look at when you think about Detroit, right? This is a good young team, and it is not a team to be slept on, right? I know everybody look at Detroit Lions like it should be the game that we should come in and do what we want, but that's only if we go in there and handle business. This is a nice young offense. Obviously, they've been without DeAndre Swift the last couple of weeks. St. Brown, he had that injury to the ankle where he was lingering a little bit, but I think going into that bye week, they get a couple of their guys fresh. I think their offense in general, they had their key players back. Defensively, I think we should take some things from New England as far as like attacking this run game, and I think this is, like you say, a perfect game for that to get back and get into his flow a little bit, for sure, but some confidence.
I do think too, Detroit's got a good offensive line. Like they do have a solid line.
Good young line, yeah.
I just don't see how we don't beat them, like defensively beat the shit out of them, to be honest with you. But they thrive from behind, in my opinion. Like they'll let you go up 14-21. And then I think they just start having fun and playing football. And that's when they get back in these games, when it becomes less serious to them.
But you don't want to do that against us, though.
No.
Be honest.
No. Yeah, don't do that. But no, I do expect kind of a high-scoring game. Whatever the over is, I'm all over that. Because I can see Detroit putting up like 14-17 on us. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like third, fourth quarter type of thing. But you're comfortable with us winning this game, yeah?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. But like I said, this can be a trap game. Like I don't want to get too comfortable with looking ahead. You know what I mean? Or just looking at the Eagles game, like, hey, we should have did this, and this is a team we should beat. Or looking ahead to Chicago. Like, listen, let's just focus on Detroit, right? We do have a Dak coming back, but I don't want to even get caught into like just having Dak here and just thinking we're gonna sling the ball around. Like, listen, this is a team that allows like some of the most, matter of fact, the worst. This is the worst team in the league against the run, right? But I don't know. Not only that, they are the worst team in the league and getting sacks and getting to the quarterback. So when you combine those two things, right? When you think about it, okay, we should be able to run the ball. This is a Zeke and Tony game, and then when you do need your quarterback to throw, he will have time, and that's what you want for a quarterback that's coming off injury, or whether it's Cooper Rush, it won't be, but to build confidence for your quarterback right now. So I think coming into this game, I think we should establish the run. Definitely get Zeke and Tony involved, and then just let Dak sit back there and take his shots when needed to. And I feel very comfortable. But like I said, I don't want to sleep on these guys. They do get some key players back. DeAndre Swift, we know what type of player he is. I don't want to get too trapped into it, man. They have had a bye week, some extra time to prepare. But hey, who we kidding, man? I think this team will come back from that loss, and I think they'll want to get back on the winning side of things as well. You know what I mean? So I think we got a lot to prove. I just hope we come out here, don't play around, take care of business as needed.
And I'm excited too to see Amon-Ra live. I don't think I've really gotten a chance to see St. Brown play like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what we can do with him, how DQ plans for him, see if he can thrive against us. We shut Coop down for the most part, Cooper Kupp. So that'll be interesting to see what he can do against us. Aiden Hutchinson, hopefully we get a couple of those reps against Tyler Smith. I'd like to see that. But I think, like as you were saying, to win this game, we're going to have to run the ball. I think it's going to have to be 15 to 20 carries a piece for Zeke and Tony. And I don't know why we don't do more of the 1-2 punch. Hit them with the power, hit them with the speed. They seem to go drive.
I think you'll see it.
They seem, to the most part, to let Zeke ride a drive, Tony ride a drive till somebody wants a break. I don't like that too much. Tony, I think, is becoming more of our third down back, third and long. I think over under Dak passing attempts should be under 20, ideally. We should be able to run the ball, control the clock, and just have to throw sometimes. I don't want to be slinging.
I want to see a similar Cooper Rush game, similar to what we did against the LA Rams.
But with accuracy.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Just thinking about our offense, right, and some of these players, right, like Dak and Gallup, like awesome chemistry, right?
Oh yeah,
You think about CD, like some of those throws across the middle. It's certain things that you notice that Dallas just wasn't doing, like tight ends. Like Dak loves his tight ends. A guy like Schultz wasn't effective with Cooper Rush, and it almost makes me think about a guy like a Kevontae Turpin. With a Dak back, will he be able to get more targets in the passing game now? Because we can do so much more.
right.
I, I'm just anxious to see the levels that this offense could reach with a Dak. We never got to see it week one, but I think going into this game and then to propel us into this next couple of weeks, man. I think we'll see this team really kind of take that jump, man. So
I hope
it's
so,
good.
man.
Yeah.
I see this as a tune-up game, but I can see how it can become a trap. I just think we're better everywhere, except maybe the offensive line.
No, I think as far as like them in pass rushing sets, I think like almost against anybody, I feel like we can get to the quarterback if given the time and the possession of as far as like the down and distance. But I think this team, this is what you got to worry about Detroit is their running game, right?
Of course.
Not just running the ball straight ahead, but they scheme and the things they like to do to spring these guys open, whether it's Jamal Williams or DeAndre Swift. If you just let these guys put a head on hat, y'all just can be made in this run game. And let's not act like we've been the best against the run. We've been improved in the prior weeks, but I think they'll be taking some things from prior weeks. Whether that's the Commanders game, you see the Rams tried it, Eagles wasn't too effective, but they had some chunk runs here and there. So I think going into this game, they probably be thinking a similar thing to us. They probably don't want to be getting caught up in a drop back passing game against this Cowboys defense. So I'm thinking that's their line of thinking, but I think we should take some things from New England as well and pose our will on the run game. I think we should definitely target the tight ends. You see Hunter Henry and those guys was able to have a good game over there. It's possible.
I think too, defensively, we won't have to worry obviously about, or not as much about placing a spy, which we've had to do the last few weeks or so. So it will be convenient to let Donovan roam around in the box, attack the run game a little more. He doesn't have to focus on Hurts running the read option.
Yeah.
So that should help in the run game, especially they have two good running backs. I think also defensively, we need to let Trayvon play his way, put Malik back there, let him play center field, and let Trayvon take his shots this week. I think if we can get 2-3 turnovers this week, like these guys will get back feeling like they can win a game. Because I don't know, last week I felt like going into the half, or I'm sorry, right before the touchdown, they just didn't feel like they could win. So I think
one more Cooper Rush, man.
No, of course. But I mean, I think they realized like that game was not winnable for them. Like right before the half, like they were like, "No, we can't win this game." So
and you could see it. I wish we had spoke on it earlier, where I just felt like the Eagles, knowing that Cooper Rush was out there, it allowed them to be a lot more aggressive. You know what I mean, and take more chances against us. I think moving forward, I don't think you'll see teams going for it in their own territory or 4th and 5 and things like that, knowing the 4 is on the other side of that. And you said a great thing when you was like talking about RPOs, right? The Eagles have an RPO offense, but how many other teams have an offense like that? You know, I mean, if you're a traditional offense, and you got to drop back and pass the ball and do certain things like that, it's not a mobile quarterback. You know what I mean? Things is definitely trending our direction, man. And I think the main thing with them is, not just the run game, but Jared Goff and the play action game. And I think that's where he thrives. And I think if we can stop the run, I think it'll play into our favor because once he starts just dropping back the pass, he hasn't been great this season.
Well, and also like our defense is built to attack the drop back pass game, and we haven't had that opportunity because we haven't been scoring on offense. So if Dak is ready, we can put up 21, 28 on offense, and teams are forced to drop back. Like this defense is going to succeed like we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
I am excited for that. I mean, you don't think there's a chance we shut them out, do you? Give them a goose egg coming off a bye?
I don't know, man. I think the team in general they've heard it all, man. I've seen Micah going back and forth with some players, like his Trayvon Diggs here and there. He's had his words with people, but I think people want to push a certain narrative anyway. I think this defense in general, it wasn't a bad game from them. We didn't put them in the best position possible. And I think this week they'll come back out and try to make a stamp. With goose egg or not, I think you'll see them put out a solid game, man. And Dak he never played with a defense like this. Let's just be honest. Even last year,
right.
We was
This
good taking the ball away, but we wasn't this great. So I think him sitting on the sideline and actually seeing the formula of this team, I'm willing to bet he was over there kind of just rubbing his hands together a little bit and just kind of visualizing how this thing will look, you know what I mean, for the rest of the year.
Another matchup I think I'm interested. I know Jeff Okudah's having his resurgence. He's been putting the clamps on them boys that he's lining up against. So I do want to see what he can do against Gallup and CD and see if he is legit. He wasn't former number 3 overall pick. So
last thing I was going to say is you do have a couple guys coming back as far as St. Brown. But I believe DJ Chalk will still be likely out again. Josh Reynolds, he's filled in nicely during his absence. You know, they got some good young players over there. Like I said, you know what I mean, on the offensive side of the ball. Defense is a lot to be lacking. So, yeah, man, I think this will be a big game, big tune-up. Don't sleep on them. But I think you'll see us come in here, and I think we'll put a beat down on them. We got them back in Dallas, I believe, man. So let's get back on the winning side of things, man. And, you know what I mean, see if we can do some major things this year, man. I think it's on the way.